All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a pretty much what I would class it now, a member of the channel, a massive respect to you. And if you want to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. So as you saw by the title, we're going to be discussing Jamaica X, Honduras, and Haiti, but it's going to go in a power ranking format. We talked about the power ranking yesterday, as in who was the better performing team, players, and stuff, just to get a little bit deeper. And I had a few comments that I wanted to touch because a few persons left comments under the previous video, so I always wanted to just give them back their recognition to put a comment under it. The persons that come off disrespectful, we won't even entertain it. So what we do, we don't even bother pay it any mind. We just leave that alone and we move off. All right, yesterday was a tick topic due to the fact that Jamaica drew the game 2-2, but one side look at it completely different, and one side look at it completely different. Because for me, when the coach, because I was responding to the coach, as in the coach said they only had 2 chances, and I said that's not true, and I never said Haiti dominated the game in relation to possession and having the ball to create off it. But the problem is you have a different stats called ball carrying progression and creativity out of that progression. So they had like 20% out of the 28 of their ball was ball carrying progression and the creativity. You understand me? So that's what I was trying to explain to the audience and also the persons that was actually on. But it looks like some persons took it the wrong way, saying that I always try to spin it as a different way to make Jamaica look bad. And I said, no. I like the position this, what we saw. I like that. I like the carries, which I had actually said in that video, but clearly a lot of people don't listen to the videos. They just pick their points to try to have an argument, but try to be disrespectful rather than an argument. Yeah, so with all of that said, we wanted to go into power rankings so you can get an idea what took place over all the other games and what's at stake. So that's what I wanted to do in this hour, because I only have pretty much of an hour. All right, yes. So let me give some people some big up before we get into it. Bless up Joseph Brown, massive respect. Chevon Peart, massive respect. Charlton Maislin, how you doing, man? DNA, big up yourself. Yeah, man. And yeah, man, of course I'm good, man. I'm just at my kids' school, and I'm trying to wrap up the normal morning crack that you guys always want. So yeah, man, we have to do and then we have our big brother in the house, Brian Burke, and Mr. Owen talk up, bless up Gemma Daddy. So I don't have a name anymore, sir. I don't have a name anymore. All right, so let me start with week two. Week two, best performers. Yet again, we don't have a Jamaican in it. And one Asian made it. Obviously, one Asian made it. And it wasn't Placide, which is the goalkeeper. It was actually Dedson made the team of the week 2 in it. So we have Cavafe, Piedra, and Maldonado from Honduras. Then we have Clementia and in goal. And then we have Flores from Honduras as well. We have Dedson, Palma, Rodriguez, Telfa, Lozano from Honduras, and Lebio as well up front. So we have nobody made it in the actual team of the week. All right. I thought that Ethan Pinnock had a shout to be in it, but definitely with the goals conceded in the second one, we wouldn't get him in, we wouldn't get him in, yes. Bless up football global, massive respect. Drew Henry said, don't pick sides, good job. Yeah, man, it makes no sense to pick side. We have to give an honest opinion on it, because that's the way we can do like a power ranking, because now we have to look at the power ranking. All right. So I hope most of the viewers actually watch majority of the teams, because we want to go to the power rankings, like give our ratings of the teams and give them a placement at the end. All right. So let me see how the persons operate. So we had League A. Let me put it to League A, because if we go down to League B and C, we are not going to be finishing this video in 1 hour. Yes, it's too long. It's too long, people. All right. So let me go to League A. Let me go to League A. So League A, the teams that we have, let me start with Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago finished on 6 points in this group. 6 damn points. They played Curacao and El Salvador. Those were the 2 games. And both of those games, good Lord. Look how Jamaica played under Haiti. Jamaica dominated possession, but you never felt that Haiti was out of the game, because Haiti was creating the big chances in the game. Even though Jamaica getting entries and creating some chances, but there are not big chances as to what Haiti got. Like how that game went, it was the complete opposite for Trinidad, but Trinidad still found a way to get all 6 points. Both games, they were dominated in on the side of the ball, and also chance creation, and clear cuts as well. But for some reason, Trinidad found a way to win them. All right, so the style of play and I got to say that it was not impressive. It was not impressive, the style of play from Haiti. We have to be honest to ourselves. It was not impressive, but based on what they gain, the points, the amount of points they gain, I want to say that, and the amount of points and the defensive organization, I still dropped the defensive organization a little bit low, because I still thought that El Salvador and Curacao created enough chances that Trinidad couldn't stop. And it was poor finishing from both of them, and so why they never scored. So I want to give Trinidad in the power ranking, I want to give them, I'm going to give Trinidad out of 10, because out of 10, we're going to mark it. Please give me your total for Trinidad if you're rewatching this. So for me, Trinidad, out of a 10, I'm going to give them an 8.5. An 8.5. And I think they have to get one of the top brackets. Yes, they have not performed well, as in like dominated games and always be in the game, as in creating chances to push back teams. They have not mustered that. I thought that they did well in the El Salvador game, but it still was under the cash and had to break out only on counters to win the game. So that's why I give them 8.5 out of 10, because I still believe that they have a 1.5 percentage to make up. And that is because that comes with being live, a live wire throughout the entire games. Would you agree with that, guys? For Trinidad, so Trinidad get an 8.5 out of 10, and they are one of the top ranks. Okay. Mario said, I have to go and watch all the teams that's playing in the Nations League, because only watch Jamaica when they're playing. Okay. I know Trinidad have a good team. Yes, they got 6 points, and those teams that they played were better than them, because they played better than them in the games, but they ended up with 6 points. DNA said he gave it, after his assessment, he gave them 8. So I have done better than DNA. I gave them an 8.5, because they got all 6 points. But obviously they have a lot of things to work on. All right. So that is well, let me share it first. So because maybe a lot of people don't get the thing. So let me just share it, so that we are live, so people can come in, because I am not pushing it over the hour mark. All right. So 8.5 for Trinidad, and I'm going to make this in a post, put it on all of the socials, so others can get involved. All right. Yes. So 8.5 for Trinidad, and they are amongst the top ranks. Yes, I'm gonna do the full rankings when I'm done. Like when I'm done with this video, when we do it as a collective. Yeah. All right. 1 second. Then we have our brother Property for Sale. Bless up yourself. And Omar Fowling. Fowling, you need to join the streams from time to time and give your take. I think that would be helpful for you as well, you know? Yeah. 1 second, let me move on to the next person in line. Oh God. 1 second, guys. I've messed up a share that I'm doing in the Discord. 1 second. All right, so let me delete one because sometimes I'm a little bit slow and old, you know. All right, anyways, let me move on now. Panama. All right, we have Kelvin. Yeah, Kelvin and everyone. I want you guys to get involved. Once I'm done, I will share it. I will try to take 20 minutes or so. Yes, a big up Kelvin. And DNA says exactly why I gave them 8 is because they have something to work on. Then we have Ames. Massive respect, Ames. You're looking very Asian this morning. And how does Asian look? Look, I don't have a clue. Know yourself, big up yourself. How are you doing? This is the first one. You catch me. All right. So, anyways, then we have Panama. Panama thought that Panama. I thought that they let me give you their games that they played. They played Martinique. They defeated Martinique 3-0, and they drew with Guatemala. All right. For Panama, I think Panama dominates. No, not dominates their game. They were influential in both games. Martinique, I thought that they were the better team in that game. It was slightly closer to even, but they were slightly better team in the Guatemala game as well. So they were a better team in both games, but they only mustered 4 points. We expected them to get all 6 points in this one. But based on the fact that they played good and got the 4 points, yes, they still have to make sure they get 3 points every time they go out, and that's how you're going to be the perfect team. All right. So with that said, I think I have to drop Panama slightly below Trinidad because they got 4 points, but not seriously below them. So I'm going to give Panama a 8. Next time, if the results come with it, then we can batch it up to a 9 to a 9.5. And if it's perfection, it gets a 10. All right. So Panama finished this window with a 8. Guatemala, 4 points in this one. Guatemala, 4 points, guys. Guatemala, 4 points. They defeated El Salvador 2-0 and drew with Panama. I think that and in the El Salvador game, El Salvador is a slightly better team. All right. But not actually get anything out of this game. Guatemala used their home crowd advantage, and also they were in the game straight through. So I give them almost maximum points there, and they drew against Panama, which is big time, and played up to the level of Panama, which I never expected that because I saw Jamaica played Guatemala, and Jamaica win that one 1-0, and they were a little bit better than Jamaica on the day in this display with the big chances created and how they held the ball and how they broke through the thirds and used up all of the lanes them. They did it well. In this game, Panama was slightly better than them in all of those things, in the channels, everything, and they still mustered a point out of this game. So I am going to say that I am going to give them equal for this round because they are less known. This bracket of players that they do have is less than the Panama team. I think the Panama quality is a little bit better. So with that now, you're going to lose a little bit of points because you have not done. You have not lived up to your expectation. So that is why I've given them 8 and give Panama 8 as well. Because Panama, we expected full 6 points from them, regardless of who they are facing. So 8 and 8 for Panama in this group so far. So Panama, Guatemala gets 8. Martinique got a 3 in this group. They won their second game over Curacao. I think this was an even game. Curacao, in both games, they were seriously unlucky to even get to this point without getting any points out of the games. So they pulled off the win. Curacao was slightly the favorites coming in. So that gives Martinique a little bit extra marks. Yes, so I would put Martinique out of a 10. I will give Martinique a 5.5. In this game, they looked much more better, and majority of their points they gained out of this. Because when we're going to talk about Honduras, we're going to give them better credits because they played Jamaica, and they played Jamaica, they gain credit from that. In the Panama game, I thought they got shut down in that game. So 5.5, I'm giving Martinique 5.5. Let me know what say you. All right, yes. So let me go back to it. Curacao was. Let me get a few comments, and then we start up with Curacao. Then we go straight over into the Jamaica 80 bracket. Art, I love, massive respect. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Guys, as you come in, make sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. We don't have nothing more than 1 hour to do today. All right. Claudia Fletcher, big up yourself. DNA says, question. Trinidad play better than Jamaica in their last 2 matches? Trinidad games was sitting back. Jamaica games weren't sitting back, to be honest. Both of them weren't sitting back. So I am not really a fan of the sitting back unless you're going to sit back and go direct like Haiti. So if they're going to keep on going direct, they're not trying to hold on to the ball to say that they're trying to kill time. At no point I thought that Haiti killed time against Jamaica. They just look like they want to go forward every single time because that is a strategy they deployed on the day, and they're sticking by that. I thought that sometimes Trinidad was trying to kill time to get result. You can see that Haiti was disappointed with 10 players and 2-2. So they are still trying to get something out of the game. You get me? Because they believe that they could have hurt Jamaica. So I don't think I would not give Trinidad a better playing style than Jamaica. All right. I know that Angus can play in different styles, and he can play good football as well, because I saw them play good football. But for me, no, I will say that I'm impressed with what I saw Jamaica did with the forward actions against Haiti. All right. So I would give Jamaica the edge in playing style over Trinidad. I never liked the Trinidad style. I have to be honest here. They sit back and just only counter one occasionally. I don't believe I don't like it, but if it gives you points, okay. All right. JL, how you doing, man? Jamaica is such a disappointment. I lost money betting to win against Haiti. No, man, I don't know how to put it, you know. But if you said they're a disappointment to you, okay, that's fair. But I still can. That's why this is good for the power ranking, so you get to see that I've watched all of the games them and the teams them, so we can give the credit to Jamaica where it's due. Because majority of the people that's viewing watch Jamaica, Haiti, and Suriname. Those are the teams that they do watch, and in my channel. All right, yeah. Big up, Omar, how you doing? And JD, the Asians were trying to kill the game at one point. The goalkeeper even removed the net from the post to kill our momentum. What I've just said about the action in play, that's what I was talking about. And at no point I saw the action in play. You know, when I said people trying to kill the game, go and look at Suriname Grenada. Look at what the keeper was doing, sitting on the ground for 30 minutes, rolling, diving, jumping down, stopping the complete game. I have not seen that. I've not seen that. I've watched the game 3 times because when once person started to talk, I had to go back and watch the game, and I've not seen that at any point. You get me? So if you saw that, I've not seen that. You know, I've not seen that. And I was just answering a question, which one is better, and show why I've came to Jamaica was better, a better playing team than Trinidad, you know, because Trinidad got all 6 points. Yes, so Martinique, we gave them a 5.5 right there. 8 apiece for both Panama and Guatemala, and Trinidad and Tobago get a 8.5. Curacao now, and El Salvador, I want to say that both of them impressed me with playing style. I think both of them have good playing styles, some of the best in the region. But in finishing qualities and bad luck on the day, yeah. So both of them come out with a 3 for me. Both of them in this group come out with a 3 for me. All right, both of them play good football, and that's the only reason why they are getting that 3, because they have not done what they had to do on the best days, because Curacao over Trinidad, Curacao should be the favorites. They have not won that. They have not won that, and they were the better team in the game. So you have to get minus marks for that. So a 3 a piece of both of them. All right, and then we are done with a group, and we are going to move on to Group B now. We're going to move on to the Group B, people. All right. So Group B is the Jamaican group. All right. So we have Jamaica tops. All right. Spinity. I felt like this Iceland coach lacks tactical ability. Okay. Spinity said, bless up JD, we did well to get back for a draw. Man lost a bet, and he's now questioning the coach's tactics. No, maybe he was looking at things. Siobhan, you're a weird individual, you know, Siobhan. You're a weird individual. That's what I was saying. All right, because he clearly you don't give him a chance to explain. If you ask him, make him explain. Make him explain. All right. So, anyways, though, let me get to Grenada. Grenada, 1 point. They drew with Suriname 1-1. In spells, they were the actual better team on the day, surprisingly. So I want to give Grenada a 4. They're a nasty playing team, dodgy playing team, tricks for days. Jamaica has them next. Tricks for days. They're physical. They feel in their own house. The referee was I can't complain for referee because they don't own the referees. All right. So that was dodgy. Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like the way they play. None at all. All right. Yes. But because I think that Suriname have a better team to beat them, I am going to give them a better marks than Suriname. Because they got slapped up by Honduras, which I told you they're going to get slapped up because now you can't play in dodgy ways. All right, because I clearly saw the quality of Honduras. So Honduras slapped them 4-0. And they dominated every single level of the game. Creation, build up, possession, entries, goal scoring, everything they dominated. So it was not a mistake, and they were sitting back and showing nothing, lack of respect or showing respect to the opponent, nothing like that. They beat the brakes off them. So I will give them a 4. A 4. They only mustered 1 point so far over the window. Suriname now. I thought that Suriname, they are working on things. Their transition play look good. Their passing look good, even on bad pitches. Their movements look good. To the midfield third, I don't believe it looks so good as in the forward third. So it looked like Sharada Becker and Wildcat and those guys were definitely missed. So they have a lot to work on. And I have to take up extra mark for the Grenada game. The fact that they were the better team, and they never really showed me that they were the better team to overall Grenada. A draw was fair to some extent, but Suriname was a disappointment, and especially against Cuba. They did play better against Cuba, and Cuba is better than Grenada, to be honest. But I still believe that they never they never pushed themselves onto the scene and show that they are burst on the scene the right way. All right, so they have not shown me nothing else, and I thought that they regressed in their overall play. Obviously, they missed key players, but other teams missed key players as well. So I want to say Suriname gets a 3. A 3 for me. A 3. Let me know based on who watched the Suriname game how much you give them. I gave Grenada a 4 and gave Suriname a 3. All right, so Suriname is amongst one of the worst performers in this window. Obviously, they show ability, what they can do in certain areas, but they have garnered on that point with an easier schedule than a lot of people, so they have to get the beaten as well. Lati was lost in the middle, but Spinny, just wait until we give Jamaica And that's why people always curse out, because even when we're talking about other teams, some people come in because they only watch Jamaica, talking about only Jamaica. So that's why people always think that way. JD, Asian 80 players look better than JA players. 80 players look fitter than JA players. 80 players were faster on the ball. That is coming from Patrick. Mario says, I'm so true. The Asians them fire. And then Dean says Rumbelly, Bailey. All right, let me go through the rest of the teams them, because it looks like you not only want to talk about Jamaica, and I was trying to give you a much more overall video so you can know about the teams them. So Suriname gets a 3 for me, the lowest in the group. Yeah, even though they are fifth in the group, but they still get the lowest for me. All right, 80 and 2 points right here. They drew with Cuba and they drew with Jamaica. But 80 has to get big marks just the same. In the Cuba game, 80 was still a better team, and it was Reiko being the man of the match in that game. They should have finished it. Yeah, they should have finished off Cuba because they got slightly better chances to me, the clear-cut chances. But we can say that in both games for 80. No, just hold on, spin spirit. I will get to that. I will give you a little time when people comment in. Big up Andrew 55. So 80 now. Oh, you would have rung to 80's window, guys. Because 80 is only on 2 points, 80 is only on 2 points. But tell you what, even though we gave a team over the next side, that's on 3 points, 5.5, 80 will get a 7 for me. 80 will get a 7 for me. Because both of the games, 80 created the better, clearer chances, And in the Cuba game, 80 was much more the better team. In the Jamaica game, 80 was the better team and chance creation, like clear-cut chance creation. But possession-based and stuff, they had to relinquish a lot of other areas of the pitch to get what they wanted on the day. So for the Jamaica game, I took off points. And for the Cuba game, I gave them a little bit more points because they were dominant. They were better in, not dominant, we were better in the different areas. All right, so I gave 80 a 7. A 7 I gave 80. A 7 I gave them. All right, because I was impressed with their attacking style against Jamaica, because we never have a clue how to stop them. And even the coaches them, after saying that they only created 2 chances, when he starts to explain it, he realized that he contradicted himself right there, that they created more, Yeah, so a 7 I gave 80 over the 2 games them. All right, yeah. Jason said he gave them a 6. Shawan said, JD, most person may not have watched the other opponents. Yeah, I understand, but remember, I have a wider fan base, and obviously, I've shared it over the Wemaxit, so people will come over from the Wemaxit and answer the question. Messi Louis is from 80, so that tells you. All right, so my chat is always filled with worldwide, our region-wide people. So a 7, I will give 80. Or 6, around with 7 and 6. All right, put it to 6 then. Put it to 6 because they have not gotten more than the 2 points. All right. Yeah. So let me move up to Honduras now. Honduras is on 3 points. This was one of the questions someone asked me in the game in the yesterday video. I'm confused because you said Honduras is the better team in the group and Jamaica beat them and had better possession than them and had more shots than them. That's what they said. Let me make sure to check if that is accurate, because maybe I forgot some of the stats right there. All right, so Jamaica never had more shots, so that is not accurate. They had 11 shots. Jamaica had 6 shots. Jamaica had 1 shot on target. They had 2 shots on target. Jamaica had 3 corners. They had 7 corners, but they had 46% possession. I had to, the reason why I said that Honduras was a better team in that game, and they had 1 big chance and missed their big chance. So even the goal that Jamaica scored wasn't registered as a big chance. I thought that they had more clear-cut chances in the game. They had run the channels better. They had slowed down Jamaica's build-up and force them to go only wide and try to forcefully build things from wide. So Honduras made Jamaica took what they want to give to them. So that is the reason why I said that they are the better team, because they made Jamaica took what they want, which is the wide channels only, and we found it extremely difficult to create from it. And they took whatever they wanted. They took whatever they wanted, hence why they created a big chance from almost every part of the field. So, and they weren't short off position as what we are talking about, because we never dominated the position against them, and they are almost double the shot and double the shot on target against with us, and it just looked like they looked more comfortable playing on the pitch. They looked like the more comfortable team playing on our pitch. So that was the reason. It's my opinion, but I just put some facts with it to give my opinion. So I don't think Panama should have dropped in it that way. But that's the reason why I've said so. And that's why I said I wanted to come on screen before I answer the question, to make sure you understood where I'm coming from. Let me know if you agree, Panama, or you disagree. And then you can join the show next time. All right? So being that Honduras got the better performance for me in the game, but never got the 3 points because they're missing their chances. All right? I want to say that I will give them points, but I won't give them so much. So based on that, and they dominated Grenada after in all stats, everything. And if you watch the game, everything they dominated them in. I am going to say, even though I think they're the better team, I'm going to give them 7.5. For 3 points, I'm going to give them 7.5 because I don't want people beaten. But I am more impressed with Honduras more than everybody in this group. But I'm going to give them 7.5. 7.5 I'm giving them. Let me know how much you would give the Honduras team. Remember, this is a power ranking, people. Let me know how much you would give Honduras. All right? So let me move on now from Honduras to Cuba. Cuba on 4 points. Played Suriname, defeated them 1-0, and played Haiti, defeated them. No, drew with them 1-0. They created chances in the Haiti game because of their counter-attacking style in that game. Yeah. Gave up a good amount of chances as well. And every time Haiti tried to rely on physicality, they seem to struggle under that pressure. But I was still impressed with them. All right. So tell you what, I'm going to go with Cuba, and they defeated Suriname 1-0, and they had other chances to get more on the board. Even though the referee was terrible in that game, I still thought that them, based on their play, they were in the game and creating legitimate chances. So I want to give them full credit for that one. So with Cuba, I'm going to give Cuba, because they are underdog coming in, I want to give them a higher mark. I'm going to give them similar performance, similar rating as to Trinidad, but I'm going to give them half. I'm going to give Cuba a 8. So a 8, I'm going to give Cuba right here, people. I'm going to give Cuba a 8 right here. So a 8, I will give Cuba. Let me know how much you guys will give Cuba. Yeah. So, and then now let me go on to Jamaica, and then we can have our conversation. Let me drop the link so people can come in. I don't have much time, people. So if you want to come in, you come in now. All right. Yes. So let me share it so people can come in if they want. All right. 1 second. And I'm gonna go through the comments them. Smash the like button, guys. If you're just coming. All right. Yeah, smash the like button if you just come in. So that is the link for people that wants to join the conversation. All right. So Jamaica now. So the highest mark, guys, is 8 so far, which is Cuba. Obviously, underdog, and I took them a little bit higher, So Jamaica on 4 points, just like Cuba. In the Honduras game, as I've said, thought that we defended well, especially 3 or 4 defenders at the back. In midfield, we did struggle. Both midfielders struggled in there. Demarai Gray struggled majority of the night, but I thought that Demarai Gray struggle was down to him. Because sometimes I sometimes he tried to overdo it. All right. And most times he tried to overdo it. But he always have something special in the talk. So that's the reason why we can always give him the lean way of overdo it at some time, because he's gonna turn up with something. Because in every single match he played, for Jamaica, he turns up with something. You get me? Yes. So you gave Cuba 8. All right. Mr. Marcos says, I've been saying Jamaica was good, but after the game versus 80 team, 80 C team. Okay. All right. All right. So for the Honduras game, I will give out of the 4 out of 5. Oh Lord. 4 out of 5. It's a win. It's a win. But Honduras was a better team. So I'm going to give Jamaica out of that game. Out of I'm going to give Jamaica a yeah, because we defended. We stopped. Casey Palmer stopped 1. Damian Lowe stopped 2 clear chances. So we defended. And we tried to create on the wing plays. All right. Bobby Reed was solid in that game as well. All right. You know what? I'm going to give Jamaica 4. I'm going to give Jamaica 4 for the Honduras game. Don't think we deserve 4 for the Honduras game, you know. I think we deserve 3.5, you know. But I'm going to give them the 4 for the ratings. Yes, I'm going to give them the 4 for the ratings to reach the level that I have to give them because of how much I gave Cuba. All right? Yes. Yes. The ratings is dodgy, people. So hope you forgive me, because this is a spur of the moment thing. All right? Yes. So all right. So let me move on now. So for the 80 game, for the 80 game, for the 80 game now, so Jamaica had 71% possession. They had 18 shots, 8 on target. To 80, 29% possession, 9 shots to 5 on target. All right. And big chances, Jamaica created 3 big chances according to the stats here. Missed 2. 80 created 3 big chances and missed 2. All right. Yes, the game ended 2-2. All right. And the big chance, and what the penalty registered as a big chance. All right. Yes. So be after that what you want. For they dominate the position. Look okay in defense. Look okay at least one player. No, we never look okay in defense. Kelvin Drake, can you mute your mic, please? Can you mute the mic, bro?
Oh, I
Because
got
you
you. I
look like
got you.
yeah, mute the mic until you're coming in. Yeah. We never look okay in defense. I heard a guy on Sportsbook saying that, oh, when we are playing rest defense, it's hard because we are playing at a higher pace and a higher level, so it's hard to calculate everything. No, we never look good in defense. Only Ethan Pinnock alone look somewhat okay. As one of the defenders them. Yeah, your midfield never look okay either, and our wide players never look okay either, and Chamor never look okay either. So if we are gonna say only Blake and Pinnock really look okay in the game, and to some extent, Bobby Reed and KC Palmer would have tried to create something and progress the ball. It's tough, man. So what I'm gonna do, it's hard to explain it. What I'm going to do, I have to just give Jamaica a hit because they got all the rated scores. They got the 4 points, so I'm gonna give Jamaica a hit. But they have a lot of room to. They have a lot of room, 2 more points or even 3 more points. But because people love to argue, I'm gonna give them a hit. All right, and 2 more points to work on a lot of things. All right, but both of these games, I was not impressed with the personnels. Them, even though we can't, we had better position, I was just not impressed. Even when I'm trying to find the best way to look at it, I was not impressed as all others are impressed with the display. I'm very sorry. You know, I'm trying to give as much credit, but I'm very sorry when it comes down to the rating. But I'm gonna give them the 8. I'm gonna give them the 8. Call it a day. All right. So a 8 I've given them. All right. So give me your rating for Jamaica. in the comment section. Let me give my brother Kelvin J. How are you doing? Because I have limited time, so go ahead with Big Boss.
What up, JD? You doing good, man? How y'all doing, man?
No, I'm
Big
just
up
trying to
everybody.
give an accurate rating, but when I look at it and honestly grade the players and everything, Jamaican people want me to lie to them, you know, and I'm
I
not
don't
a liar,
know.
so I
Honestly,
have to just say something
I
and
don't
just
know why
leave
you
that
give
one.
I don't know why you give Jamaica an 8, but yeah, give it a 6.
Oh, what you said? What you said? What you said?
For me, I would give Jamaica a 6.5
A 6.5 for the two games, them,
for the 2 games. Haiti, I would give them a 1.
and you give Haiti a 1.
Yes.
Oh God. All right, so you give no, you're the boss because you give Kelvin said he gives Haiti a 1, and he's an Asian,
Yes.
you know.
J,
He's an
JD,
Asian people, and he said he gave 80 a 1 over the two
nah,
games them. And I gave
JD, come
80 a
on.
what? 6? A 6? All right. And gave Jamaica 8 because of the results them. All right.
Yeah,
And
I understand
MG
because
said there is nothing to be impressed about. So I guess, but I don't know why people come and fight me every day then. Because they're saying that I'm a sellout and also the stupidness, you know?
because both team didn't impress me. For me, the team that really impressed me, I think, is Cuba. Even they were packing the bus, but remember they don't have the talent that, for example, team like Suriname, Haiti, Jamaica, even Grenada, they don't have this talent. Most of their players is play in Cuba. I mean, so for them to get a draw against Haiti and beat for me, I give them an 8.5. Even they were playing pretty against Suriname, they have couple clear chances. Even against
Yes,
Haiti,
yes.
even against us, they have clear chance,
Yes.
clear
That's why I
chances.
gave them an 8. That's why I gave them an 8. And that's why I gave them an
Yeah,
8. They are the ones that
but
get the highest in the group. But the best playing
yeah,
team is actually Honduras. But Honduras does not get,
the best playing team is Honduras,
but they
and
don't get all points. So if you don't get
yeah,
all points and
the
you're a good team, it's not like Honduras came in as an underdog.
yeah,
Honduras was one of the highest seeded team. You understand me? So
and
we have to judge them according to their standing and what they have
yeah,
delivered. You understand me?
that is
So
true.
that is the
And
JD
the
power
two
ranking.
from
I'm gonna start this series in a power ranking after all windows. Let me know, guys. Are yes in the chat or no? Power ranking after all videos because it kind of give you the real analysis as to what happened over all window for all teams. Yeah, continue, Kelvin.
yeah, for me the two most impressive team from the two Caribbean team, Trinidad and Cuba, because I was very shocked with Trinidad too.
And and to be honest, even Cuba, they didn't surprise me because remember I came on before and told you that I thought that they were very much unlucky in the Gold Cup because they play better than a lot of teams. And if they were in the next group, they might even qualify. If they were in the next group,
Yeah,
they just came
yeah,
into
yeah,
a group of that
yeah.
style.
That's
Because
true. That is true.
you had in that group you had um
Canada,
what you had
Guatemala,
Guadeloupe, Canada, and themselves and who else again?
Canada and Guatemala.
And Guatemala.
Yeah,
No, it was it not 4 teams in the group? Yeah, it was four
yeah,
teams.
yeah. It was them, Guadeloupe, Guatemala, and Canada.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it was just
Yeah,
a tough group. It was a
it
tough
was a
group for
tough
them.
group. Yeah, it was
Yes,
a tough
so
group.
and all of those games they were competitive in. All of
Yeah,
those games.
they were very competitive on those games.
Yeah,
For
so they
me,
never really
why?
surprised me.
Yeah, for me, why I give Haiti a 1, JD? Haiti lost a 2 point against Jamaica. I don't care what people said.
I agree.
Haiti lost a 2 points against Jamaica because of things like you two up to get a draw because this was to win that game, no matter what. Because I think like for them for I think a couple players were selfish because they have
Yeah.
the 3-1 game, they have the 3-1 ball, they didn't make it. I think they even have the 3-0 too.
No, that's what I was on. That's why I said it's their loss. You know why I said it's
Yeah,
their loss? Because in the second half, the first 5 minutes, they got two clear chances, and it's
two.
because of selfishness and
So,
bad
thank you,
communication.
JD.
Because, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, keep.
What is it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you because in the second half, in the first 4 or 5 minutes, they have two clean chances, and they didn't make it. And when the game was 2-1, they have a counter. When Blake make the save, he's supposed to pass the ball. He have to shoot it.
Hold on, let me clear this up. No, no, no. Tennessee, Guatemala was not in Jamaica's group. Jamaica played Guatemala in a knockout round. The first round of knockout, that's where Jamaica played. No, the first round of knockout, that's where Jamaica played Guatemala. Yeah.
Yeah, in the first one, the
Yes. So,
quarterfinal,
so you had St. Kitts, Jamaica, United States, and
and
Trinidad and Tobago. So
yeah,
Tennessee, no man, it's right, man. The tough group that Cuba was in was with Guatemala and the rest of them, man. He's right, man. Go ahead, big boss. He's right. Go ahead, Kelvin. Yeah, I'm just correcting him that to tell her that you are right. You are right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because I feel like for me, Haiti lost 2 points against Jamaica. Jamaica did what they're supposed to do because they was at home. Even like I see some people say the Haiti C team. I don't care. That was Haiti Z team. You're supposed to win that game. You can't
Given
let
the
that.
chances that they got.
Yeah,
Because
even
remember
the
now,
chances.
we can't take the fact that Jamaica had majority position and be creating chances, but are creating entries. And they got clear chances to actually win the game in the first 5 minutes. I was shocked that Mr. Algrim just sent them out to give Prunier, I thought it was Dexon running straight at the back line. You had one and Prunier running from the back half, and Dexon don't give him the ball. So that is a hands down,
You keep
just
cutting,
tap
JD.
in, just tap in. You understand me? So I
Yeah,
understand where you're coming from. I understand if you give AD a one in the power rating, and that shows Jamaican people that people are honest to themselves. You know, because you can give them a one because you're assessing it by exactly the metrics that I've used, the standard that you used to come in. AD is the highest rated team coming in, and you get 2 points over 2 games. And to be honest, both games they should have won.
yeah. They should have
You
won
get me?
both games.
Yeah, so both games they should have won. So with that, I wouldn't give them one because I thought that they were good at creating chances in both games. So that's why I went for the 6 rather than the 7.
Nah,
You know, but
nah, JD.
you
I think
you
I
being
think
an Asian, you have a higher standard, so you gave them a 1. But I
yeah,
love the
JD.
fact that it came on to show people that people ain't biased. People just talk the truth and move
But
on, you know?
JD, let's be honest. If Jamaica was 2-0 and Haiti draw 2-2, I don't think any Jamaican will be happy with that. That game make you lose a lot of. I don't care, like no matter what it is. If I'm 2-0 against you, I got clear chances to finish the game. You didn't finish it. You let that team go against you. If it wasn't Jamaica, if Jamaica was 2-0, there's no way Haiti will draw that game.
Agreed. So let we go into, because we only have around we have a little time, around 20 minutes. What you think AD could do, and I want you guys to give me some statements as to what you think Jamaica can do to get better. Like what you need to do to go over in the second leg to have a true chance to qualify, because both AD can go through, and both Jamaica and AD can go through just the same, but both of them kind of in the same path, you know. AD has Suriname and Jamaica to play, and Jamaica has Grenada and AD to play. So what you think AD needs to do to qualify?
So, because for example, the last game, I don't know why he take Dixon out because he was the one who was torturing this Jamaican defender. They couldn't guard him. So when I think like, and I think and they didn't. I think Fafa Pico might come back, and Piero. I think if we bring I say 8 players, I think we have a chance. But the thing is, I don't really believe in the coach like that because he never make the right decision. I think he have to make the right decision, and a left back, I don't want him to come back in this team
Or you don't like
because you
left back?
say, oh my
That's
no,
Christian.
Christian, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He have another ball when he cross into the second post. He's supposed to put it in the penalty spot because we got 2 players that coming. He doesn't think. He's like Leon Bailey. These guys, I don't think they have a brain. They don't think at all. They just crossing, do whatever they want. So for me,
Okay.
I feel like because I think like Duvern is coming, he can play central back and left or right back. So I think in Arcus, so I think like we might get like a couple quality players. I think we have a chance because things like Suriname, we have to beat Suriname. We don't have a choice right now.
Yes, I think
We
Suriname is the team that you have to beat.
yeah,
Next, and
we
then
have to.
after that, then you and
After that,
Jamaica. Anybody wins the
we
game,
and Jo
go through.
yeah, because I know Jamaica is gonna be able 7 points. You know what? Because us and Jamaica will be a final
Yes, yes, yes. So it's
because
gonna
we
be a
don't have a
18.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have a choice. And one thing I'm seeing, well, I don't think Cuba will lose 2 games against Honduras. I think they might draw one.
You don't think you're gonna lose 2 games against Honduras?
No, I
But
don't think
remember,
so.
say if they draw one and lose one, Honduras still on 7 points with better goal
We,
difference.
yeah, we're gonna go
Unless
difference.
Jamaica has to
That
score 3 or 4 against
I think Jamaica might score probably like 4 or 5. I'm telling you, Jamaica might gonna destroy that man
um
because they, you know,
I think it's possible, but I have to see it happen because we know how bad the feel is. Remember, Jamaica will be playing them in their country, and I think they're gonna
yeah, that is,
bring them on the same field as Suriname. And by God, that
yeah.
field, oh God, man,
Yeah, that pitch is horrible, man.
yeah. So we don't know as yet. So I don't know if that's going to hinder Jamaica from scoring a lot of goals
And
in
I
the
actually
Grenada
believe
game.
they will. I truly believe they will score because I think Michail Antonio might be there and
Yeah,
Gray,
Michail
but
Antonio
I
have to
don't.
come in. Yeah, Michail Antonio have to
Yeah,
come in.
Michail
Yeah.
Antonio is gonna be there and I don't know. I don't know why, man. Yes, I say last until I was shocked he didn't take Billy out, man. I'm asking every Jamaican do Billy he the one who buy the jersey from Jamaica.
Yes, I have the jersey for Jamaica.
No, I'm sorry, no. Bailey is the one who's buying all the jersey from Jamaica.
Oh, you
So
ask if he's the one buying the jersey. Oh, you're saying that
yeah,
he's like a fear. You have to understand. Let me explain something to you about Jamaica. What I know because I'm Jamaican and I'm an honest person. And the reason why I speak like this is because I want better for Jamaica. And you have to start from admitting your flaws. Um, in the footballing fraternity, it's very corrupted. And I honestly believe that it's not talent make Bailey and the field. It's actually corruption. I honestly believe that. It's two type of corruption. We have a xenophobia type problem in the JFF. That is one, and we have the people and true others want support. They will put them on. So the people we have a xenophobic problem. Period. So now we have the luxury to get overseas players on the field, and now we have players that are better than Liam Bailey in his own position. Um, we have people they have to make up a story in their heads to say that I am great, nobody from foreign better than me. Because in our culture, we don't see the overseas Jamaicans and the local Jamaicans as the same. Other cultures does, they just see themselves as
yeah,
one human. We don't do it. People foreign is not the same, especially in football. I only will speak on football because I am not going to go in the rest of the metrics. So that is a problem why most of them get selected because I still believe there is still a quota system in the national team that you have to use local born players. You have to. So it's not about him he's one of the local born players them that's not getting picked based off performance. Because this man rarely have a good game for Jamaica. Rarely in every game that he has played for Jamaica. Rarely. All right. So that is the reason why he gets picked. And because of the corruption of anybody can. Before this coach was hired, I said, here, Kelvin, go back to my video. Anybody go to Jamaica, claim to say them are going to change nothing. It can't work. No, you could have be Jesus with every word in the dictionary. You're going to find somebody where going to can you out.
yeah,
And that, me think, happened to the coach. So the coach a pick player off a friend thing and benefit and all sorts of things as well. Because we can pick even better players and then move the metrics for putting friend them people in the team. So it's just a corruption that makes some of these people get selected. And I'm not holding back. I'm telling you as it is. You get me? Maybe other countries does the same, but I don't know that part of the other countries them. But this is my country. I know about it, and that's exactly how it goes. So like you guys can bench a baller that you say is playing good or not playing good. Etienne them get bench, right? Etienne get
Yeah,
bench, Anthony get bench. Him not,
yeah,
this coach don't look like him gonna do that. So it not care what Liam Bailey do. Them him not gonna do that. In the care roof them I play good. Him not go switch roof for Whisper. Whisper for being at the team because Jamaican people say that Whisper for being at the team. So roof I can't come in at the team. So those are the little metrics that I think is holding back Jamaica because of those narrative things. And I don't like it. I don't enjoy it because I want Jamaica to do good. But I am tired of it. I'm tired of the friend thing. It stressed me out. And sometimes people come here and think, say, me not like Jamaica. Me don't like this dodgy attitude. You understand me? We have the opportunity to do the right thing and actually be good. But we keep on a limit ourselves to actually be mediocre. You get me?
yeah, yeah.
First you come and say a man need to play football for him to be selected. Then you pick 3 men that's not playing football. Oh, ironic. 2 of them come from the local side. And 1 never play football, none at all. 1 no play football, none at all. But because you don't want to sell tickets and because you have friends who are bring you out and I give you things, that's the reason why him get selected. Because you can't use no stats to say this is what he did for you to be selected. You understand me? And then you drop one of our creative midfielder, Ravel Morrison, which is training, at a higher level, with other persons, that are high-level players worldwide, But they're not Jamaica. And you yourself admitted the reason why you send the injured players them back to their club is because they have so much resources. But yet still, Jamaica, when you have no resources when it's ready for football, you're going to take a little kid in Jamaica, now do nothing more than if on Instagram, and then don't pick Ravel Morrison. I have no problem with you picking one, but don't use that as the excuse. Don't use that as the excuse. These are the corruption in Jamaica. These are the corruption in Jamaica. You see it? So I have no problem with him picking him to sell tickets or whatever, But why you left out the next man? Tell the honest truth why you left the next man out. And that is the biggest problem. So you will never get the best Jamaica team ever. You get me? Ever.
So if like that, they might not make it to the World Cup, but I think like you have the players, because I feel like you have the players. If it's like that, yeah, you have to take a coach like you need to hire a coach for taking any BS. Like who he's the one in command, who's making the last decision. So because you need a coach who got integrity, because these guys.
The big boss, the only thing you're not, me tired of the lies. And be a con man you have around the football in Jamaica. And all of them don't like Jamaica. Let me explain to you why me know them don't like Jamaica. You see, every one of them come for them players. They come for their players, only. A man try to win the JFF position, he wants the local players them in the team only. He never said the best local player them, comparative to the whole pool we have, he wants the local players them in it only. Mr. Butler want Jamaica team. He want in Phoenix players them in it because in Phoenix players them better than the whole of Jamaica. People, if you not be smart, just put it together. All of them selfish. They don't like Jamaica. So that's why the other day, Ryan tell me say, JD, your pick side. Mr. Butler do something for Jamaica. Mr. Butler don't do nothing for Jamaica. All of them man in football don't do nothing for Jamaica. It's by technicality. You might be sympathizing because you get a little money out of it. Not Ryan, But a footballer might get a little money out of the treatment. But I'm telling you, when you work it out, they don't do nothing for Jamaica. They don't do nothing for Jamaica. All of them doing it for themselves. If you do something for Jamaica, Mr. Butler would have taken 3 of the other ballers because majority of the years when I went back and look, I'll heap of other good baller there. Why never bring them go there? If they never signed for Phoenix, he wouldn't bring them go anywhere. So how can you like Jamaica, but you wouldn't take a baller for Jamaica that's not going to benefit you to go somewhere and sign for someone? No. And he said that out of his own mouth. So that's why when people telling me something, I only stick with my thing because I've heard that out of his own mouth.
Oh wow.
Yeah, these are the corruption in Jamaica and the favoritism, that's the only reason why Jamaica can't kickstart up to the top level that we should be up there with United States, Canada, and Mexico, because I don't believe that we are nowhere near that. We are nowhere
No,
near that. Yeah, and
let me tell
that is what
JD.
stalls
Let's be
us.
honest with you. You're not even close to Panama right now.
I think Panama is a better team. I think all of us would admit that that Panama is slightly better than us, but we have superior quality.
Yeah,
That's what I would say.
yeah,
That can
that's what. Yeah,
naturally
yeah,
score
yeah.
a
Got the
goal on the day.
quality. But JD, I understand if you have the quality, but the quality cannot cooperate on
So
the
that's what
field.
I'm saying. No, what you never let me finish. What I'm saying is
Oh,
we have the quality, so we can score a goal, and the rest of the game don't go nothing like that, and we draw the game 1-1, and then people say we did good because we draw the game 1-1. But really and truly, we never look at all of the pattern of plays in the team and realize that the next team is just far superior. But we just it's harder for them because they have lesser quality to reach the final apex to score. You understand me? But they are a better team and they have a better system. That's why they drew the game with us. Because you can have
yeah.
better quality, but yes, still the next team is more organized and in
No,
sync
that
and
is true.
actually get
Yeah.
the win against you. You have those things. So that's what I'm saying. Panama are playing to their max, but I don't think Jamaica playing to their max. You
No,
understand me?
no,
Because
no.
if
I don't
Jamaica
think.
play to their max and
I
Panama
don't
play
think
to their
Jamaica's
max,
playing
Jamaica could win.
60% of their max yet.
Yes, that's what I was pretty much saying. So, my boy said I'm clutching I'm clutching at straw. No man. I see the corruption, and that's why I hold myself together, and I don't want an interview from the man. I don't want a friending with none of them people here. I don't want anything to let me have to work drop my standard to
JD,
when
JD,
I'm
I have
talking
my
about
question
them.
for you.
You understand me?
My
Yeah, man.
yeah, my
Because I
question
want
because
Jamaica to be good.
us in Haiti, like if you have an academy, you got your own players. If you even you gotta sell it, the federation gotta give a pass for in Haiti. If that the federation gotta give a pass to FIFA so that player can go overseas. It's not the same in Jamaica. For us, if the
Repeat
federation
again
need a
because
player, they're gonna get it.
no, I don't. No, because this Audi, I don't know. Oh, this is the Audi and chuckle so hard. What I repeat again because
Oh, I said like for example in Haiti, if you have an academy or you're a club, if you have a player like
oh,
overseas,
so
don't
you're
want to
saying
give the
you're saying that if you have an academy, it has to go
yeah
through the federation to sell a player or something like that. That's what you're talking about.
yes yes
Oh, but listen to this now. Listen to this. Um, listen to this. That is, I'm gonna show you how corrupted Jamaica is in the football fraternity. Listen to this. Yes, it's the same thing worldwide. So because the England came out with a paper with a Dujan statement and said that yes, they need to get some proof from the JFF or the CASAFA in order to complete the deal, something like that. I did a video on it, so people can go back on that video. You know what Mr. Butler came out and said? He never worked with the JFF before, and he never worked with the CASAFA before. So how is he going to get that paper signed? You
because
understand me? So
wow
wait until it
yeah I do
signs. No, but no. What I'm trying to show you, what I'm trying to say now, that means if it signs because the player represented in Jamaica, so the player played Manning Cup, so that would have been under the CASAFA banner, and he played for Harborview, so that would have been under the JFF banner or CASAFA JFF, whatever. So one of them had to sign it then. So if he's saying
yeah
that he never worked under that, those things, if they do eventually sign it in the end, would they not be a liar? Because he wrote that in the green, came out, out of his own mouth that he never represented one of them before. But what if it
that's crazy
signs now? You see what I'm talking about?
yeah I
That's why
do
you have to be
because
very careful. So even though he admittedly in the public Jamaica Gleaner said he never worked with one of them before, you're going to see a signature on that. Say them approve it. Just watch. you're gonna see the corruption in Jamaica. And then I'm gonna once it happen, once the transaction complete, I'm gonna just bring back the article with him saying out of his own mouth, and then you will learn about what's going on in Jamaica football. You understand me? So,
Yeah.
brother, I think everything have a connection. The coach putting players in a team to give them minutes, to complete deals. That is a part of it as well. It's a whole heap of things are going on in Jamaica, and it's not just putting players on field to get results. You understand me? And that's why I think Jamaica is starving to reach the highest level, because somebody always want something of something and not necessarily result for Jamaica. And that is my biggest problem I have, because I want to see Jamaica going for damn Jamaica. You understand me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
Shante
But
Mills.
JD,
Yeah,
it's
go
the
ahead, go
same
ahead.
thing in Haiti for the youth. Like the youth thing in Haiti is the same thing. Most of the kids came from one academy because they want to sell these players because they want to get all the money.
It's corruption. That's what I'm saying. It's corruption,
Yeah,
region
it's
wide,
corruption.
region
Yeah,
wide. Remember,
yeah,
the
it's because
Caribbean has the most corrupted side with the players
oh yeah,
selling and stuff.
oh yeah,
Remember that's a thing.
because
So it's
because
good that you're
I
providing from a different side as well.
yeah, it's the same thing because for the female wise, like for example, the female like the national who went to the World Cup, we have other players that play overseas, but some of the people in the federation they be like, oh no, they want their players not because the things like our league been closing football wise, been closing for 3 years, JD. So how a player who's playing 80 who never played football is gonna go to a World Cup?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Does
So
that make any sense? You put them on the list of the 23 players,
yeah, because
and
remember,
we don't.
the rule says if you want to go to in certain leagues, you have to reach certain criterias. And for the poor
Yeah,
countries like Jamaica, Haiti, you have to do the national team. It's not necessarily
the,
club teams. So you have to
yeah,
fulfill those things, and you're not in the top 50 in FIFA ranking. So a man have to put you in the national team to get the minutes for you to sign a contract. You understand me? So they're gonna
yeah,
always do that, Kelvin. It's a normal thing. So because the countries are corrupted and people want people's palm to be greased and all of those things. So it's always a thing like that. You know? It's not about football, believe me.
no, no, it's not. It never was about football. It's about how I can get my packet deeper.
Yeah, that's what the region is. So I'm just hoping that these teams can just actually pick the players and based on football related things and go out there and fight hard and be a good team, because I want to see Jamaica win and
Well,
qualify
the
for our next World
facility is
Cup.
closed right now. Our facility is closed. Everything is closed. There's no football playing right now in Haiti for 3 years right now. We have
Yes,
football
we
playing.
know that
There's
for
no
sure.
football
Yeah, we know that for sure.
because that's why even though like even they don't make any result, bro. The people still like they be mad at them because but the things like this like for us we said two things. It's rather you stay home. If you go participate, you gotta give it all, or you stay home. Don't go at all.
Aldine, we have no the guy asked a question and I explained something to him and tell him no, Aldine, you see, that's when your attitude screw to one thing. I have said over more that it's not one person me talk about the corruption in Jamaica, because I said some people usually use it before and then now some people get the next people in and they are using it now. So we don't tie ourselves on one person, and talk about the corruption before. The same corrupted person now was saying that others was corrupted to put their players in the team. So it was always like that. You get me? So come on, Aldine, man. We can have balls to talk the truth, man. Yeah, man. So people, I never built this video for this type of conversation, and sometimes it's hard to have these conversations, Kelvin J, with people,
JD,
especially
but do you
people on this
think
channel. It's
JD?
hard because it's not they don't live in reality. Majority of these people just don't live in reality. They don't want the truth. They just want to make up stories and live in a fantasy world, so you can't talk the truth. So I would just leave it there because I have to run as well. Yeah, I have like 10 minutes to go. So yeah, finish your point, big boss. I'm just run because I
Yeah,
can't bother.
JD.
I can't waste my time.
Do you think? Don't you think people to reopen the Caribbean Cup for only the local players for the Caribbean region? For only local players can only play for, like for example, the Caribbean Cup. like Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad. So I think they should reopen that.
I think that would have been a good idea. That would have been a good idea. Guru, Guru, you don't listen. You don't listen. So you can repeat this video and you hear me talk about two persons, and I've never called a name. I never call a name because I talked about different academies, but because you don't know nothing more than what you focus on, you don't learn much. Because I just gave you so much information as to things that I know what's going on, but you don't learn much because you're fixated on one man, but never listen to what I've said. Because I gave you around 4 different other ways over 5 years what's been taking place, and you never learn nothing. What your man do is just now. And we are talking about before. You understand me? So you never listen well. So yeah, man. I think that's a good idea, Kelvin. They might have to consider it. I had a conversation with one of the persons them in Jamaica football, and they were trying to do something like that, and I thought it was a good idea. I thought
Yeah,
it was a good idea.
I think it would be a
But
great idea because I feel like if you want to see a league to balance, if you want to see local players, because the things like we don't have to wait for the international break, so we do that competition every year, but I don't know what time, in December, something like that, and you do like for like a group of group of 4 teams, and to see like and to for the coaches can see like their local players so they can have an idea of which local players they can bring to the main team, like the really real A team.
yes, 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 yes.
Because in Haiti, like they keep the same thing. Oh, the local players are better than overseas players. I'm like, yes and no. You don't have a league right now. If you don't have a league, so how your local players is better than the overseas players? I don't care that overseas player playing on a Z league.
But Kelvin,
He
you
got
need to link
playing.
me. Link me up, Kelvin, link me up on the Instagram, and we're gonna set a program that we can talk about this separate. Because at least honest
Okay.
Jamaican
So
people
do you
that
have it
wants
on
to know the
Facebook and
truth.
Twitter?
Yeah, honest Jamaicans that want to know the truth, we can set up a program and we can talk about these things. All right. So I'm gonna set a
Yeah,
program and maybe
I would
tomorrow we
like.
can talk about it.
Yeah,
Cause tomorrow I'm
yeah,
gonna have more
definitely.
time
I would like.
tomorrow, but today I don't have much time. All right. So we'll just make
All
a
right,
final
no
statement
problem,
so we
man.
can
No
shut off the
problem.
stream. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, man. I want to big up all the I want to big up with you first, JD, because you got remember they are blind witnesses, so they're gonna stay blind. So keep feeding them the truth, man. They can do nothing. They can take away your passport from you, so keep feeding the truth, JD. That's what I gotta
I
say,
don't
man.
have a passport.
And
I don't. They took away my passport already because I paid for my passport for almost 7 8 months now, and I can't get it. So I don't have a passport. So so maybe they have their plan. Maybe it's one guru, rebel guru, and him friend them thief my passport. You know? Yeah. So I can't get it. But yeah, man, tomorrow we can chop up this. So at least honest Jamaicans can know what how the corruption that runs the region and why we can't get the teams them at their best peak. All right. So we run through both A leagues and give them a rating as to their first window performance. We're gonna keep this series right after all the matches, maybe a day after all the matches. So please continue to support what we're doing. If you think that I'm biased to something, um, please explain to me properly without any profanity, and I can answer back to you. You get me? Yes, people can call me out. I have no problem. But once you use a bad word, I'm gonna think that you're a dunce. You know, which is a new trend. You get me? And I'm not gonna even pay any mind. You get me? But to come at me, any respectful way, and we will chop it up. All right. So take care, people. See you in the next one. And yeah, man. Bye bye.